friends, this video on work energy and power part 21 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exams. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos from part 1 to part 20 before going ahead with part 21. Now we will study collision in one dimension. What do I mean when I say one dimension? It means that the two bodies which are colliding, they will collide along a straight line, right? And even after collision, they will move along a straight line. So that is mean by collision in one dimension. That is, the initial and final velocities are both along straight line. Initial and final. That means before collision and after collision, the objects will be moving along straight line. Collision in one dimension is also known as head-on collision. Many a times, both the terms refer to the same thing. Head-on collision is nothing but collision in one dimension. Now here, to start with, we will consider inelastic collision. That means, here we will consider that there will be one body, it will go and hit another body, and then both the bodies will start moving together. In fact, we will take the scenario of completely inelastic collision. We are considering inelastic collision. Right, now let us suppose the mass of this ball is m1, mass of this ball is m2. Now initially, what happens? Initially, this ball moves with some velocity v1, correct? And the ball v2 is at rest. m1 is moving with v1 and m2 is at rest, correct? This is the initial scenario. Now they have collided. After collision, both of them started moving together. So what happened? We will see, we will write it down. Before collision and after collision. So before collision, m1 was moving with velocity v1 and m2 was at rest. So it was moving with zero velocity. After collision, m1 and m2 started moving together with some velocity, say v. Now we want to see that whether the kinetic energy, since it is inelastic collision, the kinetic energy will not be conserved. That means some part of the kinetic energy will be lost. So we want to see how much kinetic energy will be lost. Right, so let us start from momentum conservation. So from the law of momentum conservation, we know that the total initial momentum will be equal to the total final momentum. So what is the total initial momentum? m1 v1 plus m2 v2, m2 v2. Initial velocity is 0. So this will be 0 is equal to, what is the final initial moment, final momentum? Final linear momentum will be m1 plus m2 into v. So here we get v is equal to m1 v1 divided by m1 plus m2. That means both the masses will move together with this much velocity v. So after collision, the two masses will together move with velocity v, which is given by this. Now let us try to find what will be the loss in kinetic energy. Now loss in kinetic energy in this case will be equal to K final minus K initial, that is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. What will be final kinetic energy? Half m1 plus m2 into v square minus, what is the initial kinetic energy? Initial kinetic energy would be half m1 v1 square, because initially m2 is having zero velocity. So this will be the change in kinetic energy. Now in this case, what you do, you put the value of v from this. So instead of v, you put m1 v1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now you put this value of v, so it will become half m1 square v1 square divided by m1 plus m2 minus half m1 v1 square. So this will be equal to half m1 v1 square m1 divided by m1 plus m2 minus 1. So this can be written as half m1 v1 square into m1 minus m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2. So in this m1 and m1 will get cancelled. So this can be written as minus half m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into v1 square. So what do we see? The loss in kinetic energy, that is K final minus K initial, is a negative quantity. So K final minus K initial is a negative quantity, means that K initial is greater than K final. That means the initial kinetic energy before collision is greater than the kinetic energy after collision. So that means that some energy is lost. The initial kinetic energies, some part is shown as final kinetic energy and the rest of the part is lost. So what did we do here? We saw that in case of an purely inelastic collision, the momentum is conserved. However, the total kinetic energy after collision is less than the total kinetic energy before collision, and that is why some of the remaining part of kinetic energy is lost as some other form of energy. Now we will look at collision in one dimension, but now we will consider an elastic collision. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.